Hello Hawkeyes, long time no see. My name is Katie Kazitsky for those of you who don't know me, and welcome to My Life as a Hawkeye. I'm a senior here at the university, and I'm today going to be taking you on a trip that I did for the university. It is for my fraternity. It's Sigma Nu Tau, an entrepreneurial fraternity, and we took a trip to Kansas City, Missouri for our professional trip, which we do once a semester. And on these trips we get to learn and meet different alumni or people within the organization that we kind of are interested in, and it's pretty cool. So I'm so excited to bring you guys along. I filmed some of this before and some of this after the trip, so hopefully I can kind of cover what this trip looked like for me and probably one of my top memories at the University of Iowa. Let's get into it.
Good morning. Welcome back to My Life as a Hawkeye. We are on a trip today for the St. Louis pro trip of Sig Nu Tau.
Redo it, it's Kansas City.
Kansas City, Missouri, officially. We just ate at, where do we eat at?
Gates.
Thank you, Gates.
Barbecue.
Gates Barbecue. And I am with a wonderful car full of people. We got up really early this morning and left the Entrepreneurial Center. And so we just ate. We're going to the Kauffman Center next.
Kauffman Foundation.
Ideally, Kauffman Foundation. I'm gonna have a lot of help on this vlog today. And we're really excited, so we're gonna take you along today and see how it goes. See you soon.
While at the Kauffman Center, we were able to learn a little bit more about how this got started, who Mr. Kauffman was as a person, and how they were able to support entrepreneurs within the Kansas City area. After that, we went over to the Kansas City Roastery, and we were able to do a tour and learn how the coffee was made there. And we got some samples, much needed after a very early morning. After being at the roastery, we went to the hotel to check in and get ready for dinner. I had some of the best pizza I have ever had that night, and it was awesome because you could kind of choose whatever type of food you were craving because they had many different restaurants in this one building. From there, we went to the Power and Light District. What I think was really cool about this trip is that even though none of us really knew each other going into the trip, we still seemed like we had known each other for ages. Everyone connected really well and immediately became friends. I think there was 2 people who knew each other prior to this trip, and by the end of the night, you genuinely couldn't have told me that we hadn't been friends for years, and that was really amazing to see. We hit up some karaoke and jammed out for a little bit, and then went to bed to get ready for an early morning. Well, being in St. Louis, Kansas City, so clearly I cannot keep Kansas City and St. Louis separate in my head, but we're gonna move past that. The next morning we went up and got to go to the T-Mobile Accelerator, and we got to meet with a VC and learn a little bit more about her and what she looks for in different foundations. As an entrepreneur, you need to look for different types of funding and make sure that you are investing the right things into your company and finding the right people that want to help you invest. After being at the T-Mobile Accelerator, we headed over to Spark, which is a co-working space for different companies, entrepreneurs, and we met with Startland News. It was a great opportunity to be down there. Spark is basically this co-working space similar to Merge in downtown Iowa City, where people can come in, rent a space to work, and have a community that they can continue to bounce ideas off of, or even just network with. Overall, every single person we talked to on this trip was very knowledgeable and very supportive of the entrepreneurial community in Kansas City. After being at Startland, we went and got some lunch and then went home for the night. It was a very quick trip, but jam-packed full of information and phenomenal people that we were able to talk to and learn more about our entrepreneurial side and also just the business area and Kansas City in general. This was probably by far one of my favorite college memories I've ever had because, like I said before, we barely knew each other and yet we were able to get along so well. And I think sometimes that you just need to be able to push yourself out of your comfort zone, which all of us managed to do on this trip because we didn't know anybody going into it. And by pushing ourselves out of our comfort zone, we were granted this amazing trip with so many fun memories and connections that actually have continued on even though it's been about a month and a half, which is really cool. Overall, I hope that sometime during your college years you have the time to go on a trip with someone from the university that you've met or a school organization. It's an incredible experience and probably my favorite part of college thus far.